your goals, and your I am affirmations. Those of you that are newer to the call, not y'all old folks.
I
Uh,
wrote my I am, but how many goals should we have? Or
Your
what's ideas?
goals are your goals. Your I am affirmations, you need
Okay.
to have 15 of them. But your goals is what everybody's goals are going to be different.
Right.
You know, so your personal goals, like I may want to set my goal at icon 20, whereas you might want to set yours all the way to epic. But even with your goals, you make sure you give yourself a time limit on when you want to achieve that, and you actually work towards um, your time limit, your goal itself. So I can't tell you about how many goals that you should have, but I can tell you your structure. Your structure should be short term, mid-term, long term, which is in the short term should be within the next um, 6 to 12 months. Your mid-term should be within the next 5 years, and your long term should be within the next 10 years.
Okay.
good information. Are you guys taking notes on these golden nuggets? Remember, when you come in, guys, you should have your pencil and paper and be ready.
Yeah, and also y'all, uh, I was telling, if you weren't on the call last night, I was telling them that you cannot bring that 9 to 5 mentality to this $1 million opportunity. And if you can't do that, then that's one of the reasons why we have the affirmations, y'all, because you have to work on your mindset. You're not going to get on every call. You're not always going to get the motivation. Motivation is temporary. So you have to be the biggest motivator in your life. It doesn't matter how long I talk or what I say or anybody else for that fact. You have to be the biggest motivator in your life. And if you're going to be the biggest motivator, then you have to work on your mindset. And that is the reasoning behind your affirmations. That's why you say them every day. When you get up in the morning and you swing your feet out of that bed, you should be affirming something in your life. You need to always, always, always speak life over your life. So, oh, it's 5:05, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Speak life over your life, Miss Benita. And y'all, we're gonna starting on time too. We're not gonna take that extra time to be waiting on other people to get on, because if you're dedicated, you're gonna go ahead and jump on. So we're gonna starting on time, and we're gonna start just blowing this thing up. Some things about to roll out, y'all, and I'm telling y'all, it's about to roll out heavy. So y'all really want to get down and get to the nitty gritty. You want to get off of that job, or you don't want to start working for anybody else or whatever. You have to stay connected. You need to, and if you got people, you need to get your people on the call. We are not going to run your business for you. And I'm not fussing y'all. I'm just telling you, if we as a whole, as a family, are going to be successful, then we need to start taking care of our business like it's a business and not like it's a regular job. So I believe in each and every one of you. And I know that you can do this. What we do is not hard at all. It's really very simple. But because we think the way that we think, we make stuff harder than it actually is. Just buckle down, calm down, sit back, evaluate where you are right now, and really educate yourself. Take the time out of your day every day. Since you are paying for this business, you need to educate yourself. And then really, y'all, we can really just take some massive action and change everything. And again, I say, don't even believe that it's hard. Tell yourself every day that this is easy. No matter how it seems right now, no matter, it may seem like it's a million light years away, but just tell yourself that this is easy and you already got it. And really believe that, and open your mind up, attune your mind to making money, not not making money for somebody else or making somebody else rich. Attune your mind to actually making money, being your own bank, producing money every day, not once a week, not once every 2 weeks, not once a month. You have the potential to make money every single day. So, y'all, that's my open up. Miss Benita, do what you do.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Kimbrough. And guys, Mr. Kimbrough actually just said a lot of what I was going to say. So to me, that is just confirmation. So yes, usually we're like, okay, we'll wait until 5:05 and give other people time. Guys, for those of you that want to do this, that are ready, some of you arrive early. You're here with me because I'm opening up the call early. So that kind of takes away from our time. So yes, we are no longer going to do that. We are going to get started at 5 o'clock. I mean, hey, we are business owners, so we have to be accountable. All right. So, guys, like Mr. Kimbrough said, remember when you wake up in the morning, first thing you should do is read, and I'm saying read because you should have them written down, your 15, or if you have more affirmations, I am affirmations, make sure you state those because remember that's going to shape your reality. Okay, that's why we repeat those. That's why we make sure that we get those in our mind, we get those in our head, we feel them, we live them, we walk them. Okay, so Billionaire Boss, we say I am a master trader, and with every trade my balance grows. I am a master recruiter, and like-minded individuals are drawn to me. So think about it. Right now we are working on our mindset. Okay, we are working on changing our mindset, what we are, who we are, what we believe. We are working on changing that. So we want individuals that are wanting that same, that has that same fire, that has that same desire to be drawn to us and be ready to be multimillionaire business owners themselves, just like you are. All right, so you guys know that I usually do a scripture in the morning, switching it up just a little bit, just a little bit. I want to start giving food for thought. Okay, something to think about. All right, build your own dreams, or someone else will hire you to build theirs. Now, think about that. You guys work day in and day out for somebody else, making somebody else wealthy. What are you going to do for yourself? What are you doing for yourself? Where are you going? Where do you want to go? Where do you see yourself going in your future? Because, guys, I promise you will be successful. You will be, because you're a part of the Billionaire Boss Empire. What? Yes. Yes. Now, guys, understand this. I'm so glad that you guys are here this morning, because this morning may end up being more informational than actually being able to get into a particular trade. And that is because it is NFP week. Okay, so I want you guys to understand that, what it means for the market, what it means for you as far as getting into a trade. Another thing, guys, make sure you are getting into your back office. Okay, has everybody gotten into their back office? Has everybody signed up for the trading signals? Remember, guys, you are paying for services as part of your business. There are services that you are paying for. So make sure that you are utilizing everything, every tool to your advantage. Okay? All right. Oh, and also, guys, if you missed the the update from our founders, oh My goodness, did you guys miss some information? Guys, they are going to be coming out with additional tools for us that is going to even make our business skyrocket even that much more. Some of them will be included and some of them will have to pay for. Now, of course, as it, as we launch, we will get more details on that. But if you know anything about a funnel, guys, that's something that's going to be included. They said that the funnel was going to be included. Now, what a funnel does is it allows you to direct traffic to your website, to your information, to get people signed up on your team. So, I mean, that is just going to help increase your team even that much more. And I mean, just, oh my goodness, just some really amazing, amazing information that they gave us. Okay, so the back office, make sure you're getting into the back office. Let's see. I wanted to, all right. So you guys know we get into the news and we see, and let me go ahead and refresh this just to make sure they haven't added anything. All right. Tentative. All right. So we see that not until 10 this morning does USD have an orange folder. Remember, the orange folder does not have as high an impact as a red folder. The orange folder says proceed with caution. Okay, so that's at 10 a.m. with the USD. And then 9 p.m. you've got CNY, which is China. That's more of an exotic pair. Okay. Now, with that, it's like, okay, Miss Benita, what is going on? If you guys looked at a trade, if you guys tried to get into any trades yesterday, you will notice that even our 6, 7, and 8 figure earners, when they give us those daily signals, if you are signed up for those signals, you will see not a lot went out yesterday. Now, usually they're just giving them out back to back, boom, boom. I'm like all day, but not a lot went out yesterday. And the ones that did go out, they were not associated with the USD currency. And if they were trades that had already been called, that had already been put out, that just finally hit the take profit. All right, so let's take a look at NFP. Now you're like, what in the world is NFP? All right, NFP stands for non-farm payrolls. Okay, so it's going to create a lot of volatility in the Forex market. All right, and it measures the net changes in employment jobs. And let me scroll this down so you guys can see. Come on. I don't know why this one, something about this particular website that, there we go. Just move slow. All right. So the non-farm payroll, or the NFP, figures a key economic indicator for the United States economy. So this is why not a lot of currency pairs are being traded with the USD currency included, because this NFP is affecting those trades. Okay, so it represents the number of jobs added, excluding farm employees, government employees, private household employees, and employees of nonprofit organizations. So those are not included in this number. But what are we dealing with right now? What's going on right now? We're dealing with the pandemic. We're dealing with a lot of people losing their jobs because of this pandemic. All right. So, and I actually actually like this one a little better, because you're going to hear, and as a matter of fact, let me show it again. All right. Okay, so the NFP releases generally cause large movements in the Forex market. So you guys will hear me say a lot, it moves quick, it moves quick. Guys, understand that what I'm speaking about is the volatility or the liquidity in a market. And that's something that you are going to learn once you get in your Epic University, but we're going to look at that information now. Okay, so understand that this NFP, it happens the first Friday of every month. Okay, so understand that during this time, and even, that they say a lot of new traders don't trade during this time because of the movement. You can do your analysis and the market will move in the opposite direction real quick. It might hit your stop loss and then it'll go back in the direction that it was going in. I mean, it just moves that quick and that drastic because of this right here. So I wanted to look at this one so that you can understand what volatility and liquidity is. Okay, so volatility, that's going to measure how drastically a market price change. Okay, so when it moves quick, when it spikes, that's the volatility. That's quick movement. The market's liquidity has a big impact on how volatile the market's prices are. So lower liquidity usually results in more volatile market and causes price to change drastically. So higher liquidity usually creates a less volatile market in which prices don't fluctuate as drastically. So you're saying, okay, Miss Benita, so what is liquidity? Let's look. Here we go. Okay, so liquidity refers to how the active market is. It's determined by how many traders are actively trading and the total volume they're trading. So one reason the foreign exchange market is so liquid is because it's tradable 24 hours a day during weekdays. And I mean, guys, it does over $6 trillion a day. So although liquidity fluctuates as financial centers around the world open and close throughout the day, they are usually relatively high volumes of Forex trading going on at all times. Okay? So let's see. All right. Which we just said, there are usually relatively high volumes of Forex trading going on at all the time. All right, so liquid markets such as Forex tend to move in smaller increments because of their high liquidity results in lower volatility. Okay, so with that being said, this is what we are dealing with during the NFP week. Okay, we've got a lot of that volatility, which is going to make it move drastically and do it quickly. Okay, so let's take a look at gold. All right, so it was in a strong buy, and then it went down, then it went back up, did a little consolidation, candles kind of got confused, but now it's going in a buy. So let me see. The 1 hour is in a buy, and the 4 hour, the green just crossed the red and it's approaching the blue, in a buy. But remember the volatility that can change quickly. All right, look at the US 30. I mean, the US 30 went through a period. I mean, it was in a strong buy, guys, since Friday. And I'm going to move it over so that you can see. All right, right here, the green crossed the red. As I hover over this, you can look down at the bottom and see the 25th of September, 2020 at 11 a.m. That's when the US 30 started buying. And it did not stop. Yes, it did experience some pullback, but it did not stop buying until right here when the green crossed the red going back in the other direction. As I hover over it, you see that was the 28th of September at 1600. That's 4 p.m. Guys, that was yesterday. So from Friday, 11 in the morning until 4 yesterday afternoon, the US 30 was buying. Now, you can see by the size of the candles that it wasn't doing a lot of movement at a time, but it was still moving. It experienced pullback, but it kept going. And then when it did this right here on yesterday, everything looked like it was going into a buy. Well, then it went into a sale. If you had this in a buy, it would have hit your stop loss. Then it turned around and went back into a buy. Then it turned around and went back into a sale. And it's not making. Yes, Mr. Kimbrough?
Miss Benita,
Yes, sir.
tell us how many pips that is, and
Oh, certainly.
like um, had you caught this at the beginning of that, and that downtrend happened right there, or that pullback happened right there? Yeah, it wouldn't have hit your stop loss had you started at the beginning of that right there,
Well,
that entire movement.
right. If you were moving, if they kept their stop loss under the first or second PSAR.
Or kept moving it, or done a trailing stop loss.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, it would have hit, but you would have ended in profit, a whole lot of it.
Yes, and that's true. A whole lot of profit.
Yeah.
Let's get the ruler. Okay, the green crossed the red. Let's see, with this candle, got in on this one. Whew. Mm-mm-mm. And then it crossed over on this one. My. All right, so guys, remember the US 30 is counted in points, not pips. Points, not pips. So let me. There we go. That is not. One second, guys. Trying to get this guy right here.
Hey, and while she doing that, y'all, I just want to tell you, one of your business partners, a person just like any of us, she made more than $3,000 yesterday in the market just taking the signal. I mean, not doing any real analysis or anything. She's one of those people that's really hard to coach, really hard to teach, but she is not scared to jump in that water, right? She was taking their signals yesterday and made over $3,000, y'all. And she didn't have a large account. So I'm telling y'all that to tell you, y'all need to be connected to the signals, and you need to be getting into the signals. You're not going to hit every one of them. But with a goal of 100,000 pips before December the 1st, y'all, I call them the dream team. Our dream team is really putting a lot of signals out there. Now, Miss Benita can tell you for herself that we got some of, like, you got to find out which of the the signals or the people that's calling the signals that you really like, because she got one that is her kryptonite that she has not won a call on yet. But there are those that are out there that, you know, if you like their signals, take them and make that money. That's all I want to say.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so when you're looking at this box, I want to make sure that we understand this box correctly. Okay, this right here is going to be the points. This over here is going to be the pips. So remember, the US 30 is calculated in points, not pips. The other currency pairs are calculated in pips. So you would multiply using this number. When you do the US 30, you need to multiply using this number. Okay, so let's see. That is 3 days and 5 hours. You've got 803.1 points. At $10 a point, that's $8,031. That's great. That is great. Now, remember, when you calculate the other currency pairs, you'll multiply this number because that is going to be the pips. But the US 30 is calculated in points. So I have to remember that myself, guys. So is that not a beautiful thing? Absolutely amazing. Just beautiful. All right. So that is the US 30. And as you can see, it started making a little moves again, going into a buy. Then it had another pullback. Then it started going back. And these moves are not big. So then, okay, it turned around and went into a sale. Well, look, there it goes. It's turning again. Let's see what we got in the chat. Oh, Danielle, did it get you yesterday? I know you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're a US 30 trader like me. Yeah, that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, honey. That US 30 was not playing yesterday, guys. And that is because of what we are in right now. Okay? Because of the NFP. And if you are in your back office, okay, if you're signed up for your Epic News Network, as well as your trading signals, then you would have seen this right here from Coach Max talking about the NFP. And let's see, this was posted yesterday morning at 11:04. Let's see, what did she say about the same information? And actually, what she found was the same website that came up for me, so I could to give you guys this information. So it's really good. But let's see.
Hey, y'all don't sleep on that gold while the US 30 acting up.
Drew, you want to take a look at gold again? Ooh.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, because you know the US 30 right now, the NFP is gonna have it going crazy. But gold should be a little more stable right now, regardless of what the NFP is doing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and as you can see, gold is in a buy right now. So the 15-minute is showing that it's in a buy. That candle is just not as strong, which is probably, if we were to look at our support and resistance areas, just looking at this right here, more than likely it's sitting at a support and resistance area, which is why it's kind of slowing down a little bit. But the trend is your friend. The trend is in a buy. So the 1 hour is in a buy. The 4 hour is in a buy. Because you can see the green has crossed the red and it's approaching the blue. So, And here it is. The stochastic is still pointing up, still in the upward momentum, but it is approaching that 80. So remember, if we were to look at our MetaTrader 4, the way we have that designed and set up, okay, when it gets above the 75 and 82, that means it's the highest point, sell. It's overbought, sell. So get ready for it to turn around and come back. And that would be pullback. And then if it gets below the 25 and the 16, excuse me, get ready for it to turn around and go back into a buy because they have oversold. It is at its lowest point. If you have not set up your MetaTrader 4 for your desktop, there is a video on how to do this in our YouTube channel. And for those of you that don't know, the Billionaire Bosses has a YouTube channel where our videos are posted. All right, so let me see, that's gold. Let's look at GBP JPY because that is not with the USD. Let's see, it was in a buy. It's got some pullback right now. The 1 hour is in a buy and the 4 hours in a buy. Okay, so trend is our friend. The trend is our friend. So with that being said, we know that GBP JPY is currently in a buy, but what we're experiencing right now is pullback. So let's go ahead and lay us down some support and resistance lines for the GBP JPY. Let's see. I'm going to pull it back. And the way I do that is I come down to the bottom where the date and the times are, hover over that area, I left click, and I move my mouse left to right. So that is going to pull back so that I can see more area. I'm going to come up here, and what this is, I'm going to select the drop down box. This is the bar style. Okay, so this is where we have our Hikanashi candle starred, so that we can always make sure that we're selecting our Hikanashi candles, because the Hikanashi candles are the trend candles. And then you can also select the line and put that as a star so that you can always have it right up here so that you can change it. Now, what this does is it turns our candles into the moving average. So you can see where it peaks. Those peaks, that is where the market has hit an area several times is what you're looking for. And that's going to let you know that is a support and resistance area, because it's hard for it to push through, be it pushing up or be it pushing down. This is an area that was hard to push through. So that is going to be a support and resistance area. Remember, the market always repeats itself. So these areas will be repeated. They will be revisited. Okay. Now, understand this, guys, you can do this two different ways. You can turn it into the moving average and just have a line. I like the line because it just cleans it up better for me. For some, you might want to leave it as the candle. When you do that, you'll need to go in, because with the candle, what you're looking at is the wicks. How many times have wicks? And as you can see my crosshair, you're using that line going across. So start to train your eyes going across and follow that crosshair to see where have the wicks hit that crosshair multiple times. So you can see like right here. But for me, I like to clean it up and use the moving average so I can see those peaks. And as you can see, the same thing, you move your crosshair and you line it up going across. Let's see which That's one. So I'm going to come up here and grab a line. All right, it's blue. I'm going to put it here. Okay, it's going to get us a base. I'm going to move it a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so like I said, right now it is currently sitting at a support and resistance area because this blue line that you see going across is the current price point. That's what you're looking at. You're looking at the current price point going all the way across. So if I move my cursor, and actually don't even have to move my crosshair, you can just follow that current price point and see, look, it was bouncing around down here. And as I hover over this, you can look down at the bottom and you can see that that was back on September the 17th and September the 16th. It was in that same area. Okay, so let's go ahead, grab us another line, and I'm going to, I'm gonna put it there. All right, so this is what I'm looking at. I'm seeing that it tried to push through, but it came back down. But look here, it came up, it came down, it tried to push through. So you can see that it's hit this area several times. And even once it did, let me move this over so you can see it a little better. Even when it did push up, when it came back down, it hit that same area and couldn't push back through until it got enough momentum to push through. So what we are finding now is our zones. Okay, what are the possibilities of where this trade could possibly go? Let me see. Yeah, that's another one. So did you guys see what I saw? You guys see how many times it tried to push through this area? It tried to come down, but it couldn't. Not until it got enough momentum right here. Then it pushed through. Then it came back and it couldn't go any further than this right here. Then it came back down. So this is a zone. Right. Move it over. Okay, so what it's doing right now is it's bouncing in that same zone that it was bouncing in before. So let's go ahead and turn our candles back on and make it bigger so that we can see. So we saw the bouncing of the movement earlier. So more than likely, what it's going to do is come back down to this support and resistance area. If it does not have enough momentum, if those candles are not strong enough, it's going to get to this area and then go back. So let's see. Let's see how many pips that is. So we're going to put it, well, actually it's right here now. So we'll put it here and come down to this support and resistance line. And that is 36.4 pips. Okay, so let's do this. GBP JPY. We can get a few pips out of that. All right, so let's go to our MetaTrader 4. And see, was that GBP JPY? All right, I don't have that one open yet. So let me see, we'll replace this one because, see, look, guys, this is GBP USD. It's associated with the USD. Do you see this confusion in these candles right here? That's not what you want to get in right now. Not at all. So let's go to GBP, JPY. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to left click. And what I'm going to do when I move it over, I'm holding down my left click and I'm moving my mouse, and you can see the little box underneath my cursor. That means I'm moving that particular currency pair. If I stop right here, you'll see a plus sign. So what that means is I can now add this chart to the other charts, and it will be another one down at the bottom. If I continue to drag it and bring it all the way over, that plus sign is gone. When I release my left clicker, it is going to replace whatever currency pair is there. So I'm going to release, and now you can see now it's GBP USD. All right, so let's do this. Remember, when you are putting in your trade, you want to use proper risk management. So make sure, okay? I mean, guys, I really can't stress how important it is to make sure that you are using proper risk management. Okay, so this is the Billionaire Boss Empire Compound Growth Chart. Guys, you can grow your chart. You can grow it. You can grow your money. You can grow your account. You may start off small, but guys, you're going to be making increments. You'll be getting daily profits, and you are going to see that balance grow. All right. So if you're growing your account by 10% and you started with $200, you're looking at a lot size of 0.02. You're wanting to get 98 pips for the day, and that is going to get you your profit goal of $20. If you use a 0.03 lot size, you're looking at getting 73 pips for the day, and that's going to get you your $20 profit goal for the day. All right, so it is, all right, so let me come over, go back to our MetaTrader 4. And like I said, we're going to put in a market execution for a sale. So we're going to go new order. Make sure your lot size is comparable for your trading account. And then we'll go sale by market. We'll do a market execution. Now it's there. It's in there. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is go back to my trading view. I'm going to left click and hold and slide this over so that I can see my numbers. I can see my zone. So this is where it is right here. Remember, it's bouncing in between these two. So it's a good chance for it to come. Now, do you guys see how fast that's moving? It's a good chance that it will come down to here, this support and resistance line. So I'm going to come to my trade. I'm going to double click. And now I want to make sure that the type says modify order. Sometimes market execution comes up. You want to make sure that you're not putting in another market execution. You want to make sure that you are modifying your current order, because you want to put in your stop loss and you want to put in your take profit. So for the take profit, we are going to use this bottom support number. So this number right here is what's going in your take profit. So you're going to put in 135 decimal point. And it's important. You saw the cursor jump to the other side once I put decimal point. If you don't put your decimal point, it's not going to be the correct number. And then 569. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and modify that because I want you to see where you want your, let me see. And this, if I hover over it, it's going to show you, that's going to give you 33.3 pips, and that's going to give you $31.54 profit, using the lot size of 0.10. All right, now for the stop loss, let's come over here. For the stop loss, we are going to use these PSARs over here. So I'm going to come up, I'm going to grab a line, and I'm going to turn it red, and I'm going to place it above all of these PSARs, and that is going to be my stop loss. Why? Because if you look, it has come up to here, but it hasn't gone any further. So more than likely, unless that momentum really gets going, it's not going to go up there. So that's why we're going to use that as our stop loss. So we're going to go back to our MetaTrader 4, double click again. See, there it is. It's saying market execution. That's not what we want. We want to modify our order. Going to come over here and understand that what's going on at the top is what is currently active. You see, we've got our take profit already there, but we don't have anything for the stop loss. So we're going to come down here to our box that says modify order, place it in there, and then this is the number that we are putting in our stop loss. So that is 136, decimal point, the cursor jumped over to the other side, and then 311, and then come and select to place the order. Now, if you are using your Android device or your iPhone, what you will do is you will go to the MetaTrader 4 app on your phone or your tablet, whichever one you're using. You're going to open it up, and the icon with the arrows that are facing opposite away from each other, that is your quote screen. So you'll select that, make sure you're on your quote screen, scroll through your currency pairs, and let me bring this back over. Okay. Scroll through your currency pairs until you see the GBP, JPY. Once you see the GBP, JPY, you will put your finger on that currency pair and hold. And then when you do that, another box is going to pop up. The box is going to pop up. It's going to say new order, open chart. If you select open chart, it will take you to the chart. Just like we're looking on TradingView, it'll take you to your chart on your phone. What you want to do is you want to select new order. So what's going to come up is at the top, you'll be able to choose market execution, or you can select buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, sell stop. The buy limit, the buy and sell limit, and the buy and sell stop, those are for pending orders when you're placing a pending order. So yes, you can place a pending order on your phone as well. Okay, so when you're doing this right here, you would do market execution, and then you would be able to go back. Now, with the Android, your stop loss, okay, I see your hand, YJ. With the stop loss on Android, you're going to have a red line. That's where you would place your stop loss number. The green line is where you would place your take profit number. And then for an iPhone, it will actually say take profit and stop loss. Okay, YJ, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question that you need.
Okay, as far as doing it on your phone, doing it on an iPhone, I was wondering say again how you do it. How do you put it in for pending?
Okay. Excuse me, guys. I'm starting to lose my voice. All right. With the iPhone, and let me make sure, because the iPhone, It's a little different than the Android. So when you're looking at your iPhone, you'll see the arrows that are facing opposite each other. They're going in opposite directions. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay. If you select that, then that's going to show you the currency pairs. So what you can do is you scroll through, you look through your currency pairs, you scroll through until you locate the one that says GBP, JPY. Once you locate it, all right, once you locate it, you press and hold. And for the iPhone, it's going to say trade, chart, new chart. So what you would do is you would select trade because you want to put in a trade. And then it will be showing market execution. If you touch market execution, then you'll see the buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, sell stop. That's how you put in a pending order with the buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, sell stop. And remember, you guys know where I'm going right here. Okay. The buy stop means it is in a buy. It's going to get to a certain price and you're going to say that it's going to keep going. A sale stop, it's in a sale. It's going to get to a certain point and it's going to keep going. Just the opposite with the buy limit. Buy limit, it is in a sale. You're going to say it's going to get to a certain point, turn around and go back, go into a buy. With a sale limit, it is in a buy and you're saying it's going to get to a certain point, reverse and go into a sale. So this is your pending order. These are your pending orders. Okay. So then after you, let me see, down at the bottom, you'll see stop loss and take profit. On the Android, you're going to have a red and a green line, but for the iPhone, you will actually see stop loss and take profit. And that's where you would put in your number. Now, when you guys are putting in your lot size for your devices, guys, you will see that when you open it up, you will see a number that's in black. That is where it is currently set. The numbers to the left are going to have a negative sign in front of them. The numbers to the right are going to have a positive sign in front of them. So you'll see a negative 0.1 or negative 0.01. And what that is that will allow you to move your MetaTrader 4, the lot size. It'll let you move the lot size either one whole point down. If you use the negative 0.1, you're going to be moving 1 point at a time, or actually a tenth actually. When you use the 0.01, you're going to be moving that smaller. Excuse me, guys. I need to get me some water. I'm sorry. Okay. So you're either going to be moving it 1 pip at a time or 10 pips at a time, either plus or minus. If you click on it, you'll see it move. You'll see your numbers change. And you just make sure that you set it on the lot size that you want it to be. Did that answer your question, YJ?
Yes, that was perfect.
Awesome. I try. Okay. So let's go back to our trading view. All right, let's see. All right, so our MetaTrader 4 on the computer, and this is what I love about the MetaTrader 4 on the desktop. There are some things, and guys, listen to this. This is like really, we're running out of time. Okay, there are some things that you can do on your MetaTrader 4 on the desktop that you cannot do on the MetaTrader 4 on your device, and vice versa. Okay, there will be things that you can do on your device that you can't do on your MetaTrader 4 on the desktop. Okay, so check this out, guys. And this is why, because it's a portable skill, you can have this on more than one device. It's a beautiful thing because it doesn't matter. Like if you have this trade running on your desktop, when you open up your MetaTrader 4, guess what you're going to see? You're going to see your trade running, doing the exact same thing. Okay? Because it is your account that you're logged into. So the reason why you want to use the MetaTrader 4 on your desktop for your broker is because you want it to be connected to the broker account that you're using so that it's accurate. If you just go to the website, which some people do, and just download the MT4, it's not associated with your broker. So your numbers may not coincide. So when you put in a trade and you may be like, well, I don't understand it. It's not running right. It's, it's saying that it should be closed, but it's not. It's still running, or it's closing and it should be. That's because it's not connected to your broker. So it may not be the same numbers. Now, with your MetaTrader 4 on your device, you are selecting your broker account and you're connecting your device with the broker on the device. If that makes any sense. Goodness gracious. Okay. Okay. So this is what I wanted to, before we run completely out of time, let me see if I can show you guys this. This is what I love about the MetaTrader 4 on the device, on the desktop, is because when you hover over it, it's going to show you exactly what you're going to get. It's going to show you that you have exactly 33.3 pips. Okay? And it's going to show you exactly the dollar amount when that is hit. Same thing for the stop loss. Let's go look at the stop loss. We hover over the stop loss and it is 40.9 pips away from our entry point. This right here is our entry point. This is where we got in. So here our stop loss is 40.9 pips away. And if it hits our stop loss, and this, guys, this is all based on your lot size. What is going on with my brain this morning? Help me. Okay, it's all based on your lot size. So when you hover over that, it's going to tell you exactly what it would be in the negative if it hits. So look, now that we've put our trade in and we've got some PSARs, we can actually take our stop loss and move it because we wanted 1 or 2 PSARs above. So let's do this. We're going to come up here to our stop loss. We're going to make sure that that box pops up. So that's how we know we're hovering over it. And see, this is something that you can do on the desktop that you can't do on the on your device. So I'm going to left click and now I can drag it down. You know what? Before I do that, I'm going to do this. I'm going to move this right here out my way because I want you guys to see. I want you guys right here Right here, you see the SL that stands for stop loss, and you see the order number. See down here, this is the order number for the particular trade that you're in. Guys, watch what happens when I hover over this line. I left click. Let me make sure I'm out the way. I left click and I move it. Tell me what you see. What you see. What you see. Guys, you are seeing the US dollar as well as the number of pips as it moves. So I'm moving it down. I'm moving it down. I'm moving it to the second piece, or you can do the first or the second. I'm moving to the second right here. So now I know that it is 25.8 pips away, and that would get that would be a negative $24.43 should it hit the stop loss. One more thing that you guys need to understand about stop loss and take profit. So say for instance, our trade is running and it comes down here to the line and you see it go past the line. You're like, yes, it's getting ready to hit my take profit. And then it turns around. You're like, but it went over the line. I don't understand. Why did it not close out my trade? It was there. This is why. Pay very close attention. You've got the sale price. You've got the buy price. Okay? Understand that this is the ask price. This is the bid price. So understand that until both of those numbers cross over that point, it will not deactivate. So it's not going to close out unless both of those numbers cross that threshold. Same thing if you have, sometimes you can have a trade where you have a pending order. Guys, sometimes that pending order will activate, but that other trade did not close out. That's because both of those numbers have to cross the threshold before it closes. But when you're doing a pending order, you're telling your order, when it gets to this number, I want you to activate. So that activation doesn't have to be the same number as the close price. But when you are trying to close a trade, both of those numbers has to cross that threshold. Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions about what I just said? Now is the time to ask your questions if you have any questions. And I promise, guys, no question is a dumb question. I don't care how many times I have to go over this. I will do it again and again until you guys understand, until you guys can get it. Because that is my goal, is to make sure you guys understand. I want you to know when to get into a trade, when to get out of a trade, and when not to get in at all. All right. Okay. So making a little money, making a little money. You see our stochastic going. Yes. Okay.
Wow.
See Miss Pat and Miss Christine. Christine, I see your mics are unmuted. What's your questions, ladies?
Oh, I'm sorry. I had a call.
Oh, okay. No problem. All right, Miss Pat, what's your question?
Okay, you, I missed, my mic kind of went out when you saying the last part of that. I missed a little bit of what you were saying.
When I was talking about it crossing over the threshold?
Right, I kind of missed some of that. My mic kind of went.
Okay, no problem. So when you have a price set for your trade to deactivate, when you want your trade to close, understand that even if you see that wick go below or touch your line, unless both numbers cross the threshold, it will not close out. So you can, like, for instance, if it's in a sale, you can see the numbers are different. So this number is going to reach that before this one. It is not going to close out until both of these numbers cross that threshold and reach this number right here. Both numbers have to reach this right here. Until they do, it will not close. And it can get close and turn around and go back in the other direction. And you'd be like, oh, it was so close. It was so close. Yes, it was, wasn't it? But they didn't, both of them didn't cross that threshold. So now remember, we don't trade with emotion. Okay? You cannot be afraid of the pullback. Okay? All right. It is 6:07. Does anybody have any other questions for me this morning? Any other questions? No? Okay. Well, guys, with that being said, Mr. Kimbrough, are you ready to close us out this morning, sir? If possible. Okay. Now, guys, we know that that Mr. Kimbrough is on that truck, so he's not always able to unmute. So since he's not done it as of yet, that lets me know that he is not at a point where he is able to. So once again, does anybody have any questions? Okay. So we are going to go ahead and close out our call. Well, hold on. Got something in the chat. Let me see. Okay. Yes. Have a great day. All right. So guys, that's going to end our call for this morning. Guys, I really hope that you got some information that you can use, that you learned something this morning, that you were able to have a takeaway. Knowing something that you did not know before you came to the call this morning. Guys, continue to learn, continue to study. Remember, you are always a student. I am still a student. Okay? You can never get to the point where you can say, I know everything. You don't. I don't. Okay? There's always something else that you can learn, something else that you can grasp and grow. Guys, you could have been anywhere, but you chose to get up early in the morning, get on this call with these billionaire bosses, and catch these pips. Awesome. Keep trading, keep getting in your demo account, and practice. The more you practice, the more you are going to get it, the more you are going to get an understanding. And make sure that as you put that down, as you're doing your trades, guys, put it in your trade journal. This is also available in the Telegram group for the billionaire bosses. Put it in your trade journal and keep a record so that you know what your trade you got into, what it did for that day. So you can look back and you can see a track record and say, okay, I'm better with the GBP pairs than the EUR pairs. So I'm going to stick with those. Or you may have one particular currency pair that you can read and you know exactly what it's getting ready to do. And you see that. So then you know what trade is your strength. There's our Mr. Kimbrough. Mr. Kimbrough.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, y'all know I'm doing my thing early this morning. But yeah, like she said, y'all just get out there every day, strive to learn something new. And as you strive to learn something new, just be better. You need to be better today than you were yesterday, and be better tomorrow than you are today. That is the way to progress in not only this business, but also in life. Y'all are foot. I need to hit the gym. I'm out of shape. But yeah, y'all, just take the opportunity. Like I say, I always tell y'all to educate yourself, and that's where it is. You have to educate yourself on the little things. That's what's going to make you or break you. Those little things that you do or don't do. Change your habits. Change one thing that you do on a daily. Add something into what you always do, like getting up in the morning and learning, or take some time out throughout the day where you get into your back office and you learn something new about trading. And like I always say, if you just change 1% a day, by the end of the year, you've changed 365%. You have become a brand spanking new person. So that's all I really have. And like she said, you could have chosen anywhere else to be, but you chose to be here with these billionaire bosses. Trade like champions, y'all. And I see y'all later on today.
All right, guys. Have a great day.